Hello, everybody. Shamash here, author of Mindfulness for Dummies. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my unusual experience of recording my first set of meditations. So, as I mentioned, I've written this book, Mindfulness for Dummies. So this is the very, very first book I wrote. I'd never written any books before. I wasn't really into writing. I didn't consider myself an author at all, and I was in a bit of shock that they asked me to write this book. So the first hard challenge was actually writing it. But after I'd written it, they also wanted a CD to go with it with guided meditations. And I was thinking, yeah, there may be quite a few people that buy this book and they're going to be listening to the CD again and again. So I thought, okay, we're going to have to record it. And they said, oh, we want you to go to a professional recording studio. We've booked a professional recording studio for you to record it in central London, Tottenham Court Road. I'm like, oh, wow, I've never done that before. First of all, I'd only recorded things at home with my phone or things like that. And I'd never been to a recording studio to record stuff. So I thought, oh, wow, this is going to be interesting. And so the other thing that they said is that you need to write a script for your meditations, and we need to check it all, and we need to edit it, and we need to go back and forth. And then once you're happy, we need to send the script to the recording studio, and then you need to have the script and you have to stick with it. And I was a little bit not so excited about that idea, because I thought, meditation's supposed to just come naturally out. And, whenever I'd guided a meditation, I'd learned about it, and I just guide it in the moment, just tuning into my own feelings and sensations as I guide my morning meditations. But they said, no, you have to have a script. I'm like, oh, okay. So let's stick with what they said. So I wrote a script out. And maybe in the future I'll share how I wrote this script, but just very quickly, I listened to loads of different meditations, all my favorite ones from the past, all the best teachers that I thought taught meditation really well, and listened to them. And through my own experience as well, the kind of style that I like, I put together this script, send it to the publishers, and which is called Wiley, part of the For Dummies series. And they made a few little edits, not too much, and we went back and forth a little bit. And that's it. So on the day when I had to go to this recording studio, I think they'd only booked for like 2 or 3 hours for me to record the meditations. And so for some reason I was quite nervous. So I remember feeling this kind of anxiety in the pit of my stomach I went there early, and I was in Tottenham Court Road. I remember getting out of the station and trying to find any coffee shops that were open to have a cup of tea, to just chill out a bit before I go in. And I had all these scripts printed out. So it was like a thick booklet because I think there was about 15 meditations, and some of them are quite long, like half an hour body scan, half an hour sitting meditation. So it was quite a thick booklet that I'd printed out because they'd spaced out all the lines. And I was thinking, do I really need this script stuff anyway? Anyway, I was a little bit nervous about the fact that I had to go into this recording studio and I had to get it right. If I got it wrong, then, for the next 5 or 10 years that people would be buying the book, the meditations wouldn't be that good. So eventually the time came, went in, and then I went into this lift and I went upstairs into this recording studio. And it turned out to be quite a famous recording studio. I didn't know this, but the guy who said hello to me, he said that I recorded something with Gordon Brown, who's a prime minister at the time, and Stephen Fry had done a lot of things there. And there's all these pictures of famous people. I'm not sure if the Harry Potter series was recorded there. All these famous audiobooks. I'm like, oh my God, where am I? And then he took me through one studio to the next studio, and we're going to this really kind of small, dark place. And I sit in this small box, and then I had this script. So I had to put this script on. And he sits on the other side, and he's like, he pressed the button. He's like, okay, Shamash, we're ready to go. And I'd hear the information. I'm like, okay. And I had this huge microphone, like much bigger than this one. It probably looks more like this. And it had something else in front of it, and I had a special stand for this script that I had. And because I was quite nervous, I'm not too sure why. I think I guess I've explained why, because of the implications of me getting it wrong. So I started to guide the first meditations, and it just wasn't coming out smoothly. Like normally, it'd come out very easily and naturally, and you need to have this very kind of calm tone of voice when you're guiding a meditation, of course. And I was reading this script and it sounded very mechanical. And so he said, okay, let's try it again. Let's try it again. We had to do it a few rounds. And I was just feeling it. It wasn't going out very smoothly. And so then I had an insight. I thought, first of all, I was grateful that that script was there, because if that script wasn't there, I probably wouldn't even know what to say. So that was good. But at the same time, I wasn't tuning into the meditation. I was just reading the script and just trying to push that feelings of anxiety down. So that wasn't working. So then I thought, okay, let me just tune into a meditative state. The clock was ticking, so I couldn't like say, hey, let me just do a 10-minute meditation, I'll be back. There was no time for that. So I just kind of just took a few moments and just took a deep breath. And as I read each sentence, I literally practiced what I was reading. So it wasn't me just reading the sentence, but it was me practicing the meditation as I was reading it. And that was the breakthrough kind of transformation for me. I realized that it was not the script itself that was going to help me. It wasn't just the meditation alone that was going to help me. It was that combination of the two that comes together that would make a great experience. And then I suddenly got into a flow. So it was difficult, really, really difficult at the beginning. It really wasn't working, and he could sense it and I could sense it. But then suddenly we got into this flow. And then I guided, the body scan and the sitting meditation and the breathing space and all that stuff. And it was almost like it wasn't coming through me, which I think ultimately it isn't anyway. For everyone, all these things come through us. And it's the only problem is that we're getting in the way. And through doing the mindfulness practice, as I was reading the script, and almost as if, yes, I had written it down, but it was almost as if the thought were coming through me and the meditation was coming through me. And that kind of created that tone of voice that needs to be right for the meditation too. So a couple of things that I learned from that experience. First of all, up to that point, I'd never done scripts for mindfulness or meditation before. And I really realized the importance of script, especially for recording studios or whenever you're going to record something professionally. And secondly, the importance of actually going into the meditation experience as you're guiding the meditation together with the script. And that combination of the two can make such a difference. Someone's saying that happened to them as well. That's interesting. So one of the things that I'm always trying to think of how I could best support our community. And I think like a really nice package of mindfulness scripts would be really, really helpful. So that's something that I'm putting together. I'm putting together the best ones from, all the different books I've written, because I've written 5 or 6 books, and there's lots of meditations for each one. So I'm going to get those scripts together, the ones that I can, and put them in a way that's helpful for you guys. And I'm going to be sharing that and making that available probably in the next few weeks. So keep in touch. I'm going to be sharing the journey a bit more on these lives as well. So you can tune in there. But thanks a lot for watching. And I'm interested to hear your experience of guiding meditations, if you've done that before, or experiencing meditations, or if you know anything about scripts, mindfulness and meditation scripts, which ones you like or which ones you use. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below, and any kind of particular scripts that you like, because I like quite creative ones now as well. There's the standard ones, but I really like to go off from there to the more creative stuff as well. Like today we had a don't try harder, let it be meditation in our 30-day meditation challenge this morning. So what we did is I read a story from my book, and which is about a guy who's trying too hard in his meditation, so it just takes longer. And then we practice, and we were doing the meditation each time, breathing out, just saying the words let it be, breathing in, breathing out, just saying let it be. And that helped to cultivate a sense of acceptance. So I like to kind of bring these creative elements to it too. So keep in touch and let me know what you thought about what I just shared this morning. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye for now.